Josh Berner. I'm the property owner at 1923 Bigelow Street.
All right, great. Got it. Sorry, that was working in some new headphones over here. Welcome. All right,
Thank you.
and I see we have Austin on an iPhone there.
Yes, I represent the homeowner. I'm the contractor.
Got it. And your last name?
Miller.
All right, welcome, Mr. Miller. Let's see, we have John Vogt here.
Good morning, sir. I'm a neighboring property owner.
Okay, great, welcome. And Elliot Miller.
Yes, that is correct. Same thing. I'm with the general contracting firm.
Great. Are we expecting anyone else to join us on the applicant owner side before we get started?
Not that I know of.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. I need to read through our hearing script. This will just cover the procedure for the hearing and then we'll get started. So this is the May 15th, 2024 session of the zoning hearing examiner docket. My name is David Sturkey. I'm the zoning hearing examiner for the city. Again, I'll be presiding at this hearing. The case before us today is case number ZH20240051. That's 1923 Bigelow Street. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and any potential opposing parties to testify and to offer and impute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and supplement rules of the zoning examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant and any potential opposing party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant, the applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. For our purposes here today, I'll allow Elliot Miller, Austin Miller, and Josh Berner to tell me about the project. You all can orient that any way that you would like. One of you could speak, all of you can speak, but just need some background on the case.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah,
and then
I'm sorry, Mr. Miller. Let me I gotta do a little bit more of my spiel here.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Started, but when it is your opportunity, like I said, however you guys want to orient that presentation is up to you. I'll then go to members of the public, so I'll move over to Mr. Vogt. Mr. Vogt will have an opportunity to speak after the applicants have presented their case. If the zoning plans examiner who prepared a staff report on this project does join us, I'll allow him an opportunity to provide a testimony in the staff report. In the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to this application, the applicant will have an opportunity to rebut that testimony if they're arguing for this offer in opposition. And then finally, the applicant will have an opportunity to make any closing statements. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. Not interrupting to either ask questions or make any comments. In the event of any technical difficulty with the Zoom technology, I'll do my best to troubleshoot those on the fly, but to the extent there's defective differences for me to forward the hearing, I may continue to postpone the hearing next year. Okay, last thing I need to do is just swear in all of our witnesses and then we'll get started. So anyone that intends on providing any testimony today, comments, asking questions, doing anything other than just strictly observing. Zoning code requires that swearing in prior to that testimony. So if that's you, I'll just collectively swear all those people in together. You can take yourself off of mute, raise your right hand. Need everyone to answer out loud. You solemnly swear that testimony shall be able to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Great. Thanks, everyone. I'm sorry. All right. Mr. Miller, are you ready to start us off?
Yeah, and Josh will come in also, because he has a lot of knowledge about it, but I've done some zoning things before. Anyways, but basically we're asking for several variances. There was a deck that was already built on the location on the back of his house that was permitted. The permit was accepted, I believe, in 2015, but it was sometime before maybe the zoning and building were combined at the time or weren't. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but that's why they said that we had to do it again. So basically we the hardship is the rear property line is so close, there's no way to have any usable space. There's a second story door that goes to a deck, and we're building the deck. Actually, the new deck, that the new proposed deck is actually a smaller footprint than the old deck, including because we went with like a spiral staircase instead of a traditional staircase, which was more costly, but we did it to stay further away from the property line, and just make the space safe and usable for the client. It looks identical to many of the other. Bigelow is they're attached buildings, and the other. If you look down the line, you'll see that a lot of the other buildings have these same, or a lot of the other homes have the same exact footprint that we're proposing that we put up there. But there's no neighbor behind. It doesn't create any hardship, in my opinion, for anybody else. If anything, it's beautifying the area and helping home values, because it's going to be a better deck. Whereas the one that was built on there in 2015 had to be torn down because it was a safety hazard. It was rotting out anyways. But not a lot more.
The deck that was approved and it still shows up in sort of some of the pictures of satellites with the street image that has been removed.
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay. And you said the deck that you're proposing to build now to replace that deck is actually smaller than that deck is?
Well, the footprint, it's the same, but the staircase is different. Like the staircase, we're just doing a spiral staircase on the front, so it doesn't like go out as far. So that we can stay a little further away from the property line. But the footprint is the actual footprint is the same.
Anything else you wanted to talk about project?
Excuse me?
Anything else you'd like to tell me about the project?
No. I mean, I think it's pretty straightforward. What we're asking for, I don't think it's unreasonable, but I would, if you have something else that you want to add, feel free to step in.
Yeah, I would just add that, we are looking to replace a deck that was unsafe in a similar footprint as Austin described. The other important part about this project is it is a form of egress. As Austin mentioned, we have a second story door there currently. And so it's a form of egress from the house to be able to have some type of pathway. And there's not really an opportunity to build something within the current setbacks that would allow us the same egress. So that's the only addition that I would have as well.
I don't think I have any other questions. Unless there's anything else from the applicants or the owners, I think I'm on to public comment. Mr. Vogt, anything you'd like to add to the conversation?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Sturkey. My name is John Vogt. I'm an abutting property owner. I live at 1925 Auburn. So the street situation up in Bigelow and Auburn is kind of unique. The back of Josh's yard goes all the way to Auburn. So my front windows look out over his backyard and I would look out over the deck. I'm speaking in support of this application. There was a deck immediately, if I'm looking at Mr. Berner's property, immediately to the right of his house, there was a deck that was built recently that also received similar zoning relief. Also, this deck would not be inconsistent with the character of the area. There's decks on either side. And for what it's worth, I've seen the designs that Mr. Berner's contractors have come up with. And I think it fits the character of the deck that's immediately to the left. So I think it's a good project, and I don't see any reason to deny him the relief that he's asking. So I think most of the neighbors in the area also feel the same way and ask that you approve his application for relief.
Okay. Great. Thanks, Mr. Rose. Appreciate your time. And did you say that do you live on Bigelow then?
I live on Auburn, so it's immediately behind Bigelow, but Mr. Berner's parcel goes from Bigelow on the front all the way to Auburn on the back. And the back is where the deck is. So it's kind of confusing, even though for zoning purposes, I think you could say that his parcel fronts both Bigelow and Auburn.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Thanks. Looks like we do have the zoning plans from the city that's joining us here. Mr. Monzello, are you with us? kind of just see the top of your head there.
Morning. Sorry, I had computer problems with the Outlook stuff, but
Yeah, no problem. We're in progress here. We just heard from the applicant and the property owner. Is there anything you'd like to add to this? And if so, then we just want to.
no, I think the staff report stands on its own here. So
Great. All right, I'll turn it back over to Mr. Miller, Mr. Brenner, and Mr. Mr. Brenner, anything you want to say in response to what you heard from John, or anything else in closing or otherwise before you adjourn here today?
I appreciate the support from John. Thank you. No closing remarks from me. I think it was well covered today.
All right, great. Well, we'll leave it at that then. I haven't had a chance to review the application materials here and then the staff report. I am familiar with the street and this neighborhood. And so based on that, and based on the testimony that I've heard here today, I do think it would be impractical to strip the courses and code in this application. And so I'm going to approve the application. Need to formalize that approval in the written decision. I did check the meeting. That typically takes about 2 weeks. I'll do everything I can to get that out to you as soon as possible. Once I finish that written decision, I will put it into a PDF. I'll email it to everybody that's in the hearing here today. So you all have a copy of that really just moments after it's complete. Once you have that, Wes can approve the zoning permit if there's any, then you have to move forward. Any questions on any of that?
No, sir.
Okay, great. Well, if you do have any questions in the meantime, feel free to reach out, or if you just want a status update on the decision, happy to provide that to you too. Do some reach out. Otherwise, hope you all have a great day. Good luck with the project, and adjourn.